I'm placing higher than people that have coaches, or I'm beating out athletes that have well-known coaches in the area. So for me, and this is just my perspective on it, I need to find a coach that has athletes to where it's like, man, I look up to him. I want that physique. Or I really understand the information that you're bringing to the table. But I haven't ran into nobody that felt like challenged me. And it's not because I feel like I'm a know-it-all, but it's more so because I want to learn everything. And the difference between I want to learn it all versus I know it all, one person stops and another person keeps going. So I want that to be in my coach to where it's like they know more than me, so I can continue to learn and develop myself. So if I'm beating out these athletes or placing high as they are, or it's a hit or miss with these coaches athletes, it's like, can I really trust them? Especially if I'm going to be spending my hard-earned money with them. Everything is at Jason Boykins Jr., Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.
My co-host was outside swaddled in the corner, and I'm like, what's wrong with you, boy? Come on. He's like, I'm coming. I'm like, okay, come on, dog. I had to tempt him with some raw meat. I was like, come on, boy. Come on, get this steak. But he's in the house, y'all. He's in the house. Say, what's up, boy?
What's up?
I told you he's back. But before I go anywhere else, let me go straight to this interview, because today we're talking about the Northern Natural Bodybuilding Show that took place last weekend. And Jason was a part of it. That's why Jason been gone so long, y'all. Okay. He's been in serious deep training, like Vegeta on Dragon Ball Z. You did the natural muscle contest last week.
Right.
What is your thought? What is your thoughts on the show?
Okay, I'm just testing the audio.
My thoughts on the show. It was a well-ran show. Like always, this was my third time doing the show. The production of the show is great. And the competition is always stiff. So it's always a heavily spectated show with a lot of spectators and competitors that actually show up. Some shows in the area, don't want to discredit the other ones, but this is one of the bigger shows of the year. The team does a great job with promoting it. So I like competing with the best of the best. So that's why I chose to do this show.
Okay. So the competition was kind of tough to you.
Yes, sir.
That's a Dave Lieberman show.
Always.
That's a Dave Lieberman show. He packs them in. I give Dave his due. He packs them in, and he always seems to put 110% into this show.
Always.
What did you think about your competition in your category?
You had a lot of different looks in my category. I was in the open bodybuilding light heavyweight division. So I was on the heavier end of things. Then you had a couple other people who placed higher than me that were on the lighter scale of the division. So that was one thing that was interesting when they had brought us out for comparisons. And pretty much it was, I guess, obvious who at least the top three people were, not necessarily knowing which person was coming in first, second, or third. But a lot of different shapes, a lot of different proportions and sizes on stage, and that was one thing that made it real interesting, because you never know what the judges are looking for, especially when it comes to a bodybuilding event, and the judges have to judge what's in front of them. So it kind of always leaves you with a question mark when you walk off of the stage from prejudging.
So but now you came. What did you come in at?
I came in around 190, 192.
Okay. Do you feel you should have came in heavier?
Heavier, not necessarily, because I had competed in nationals back in December, and I was 198, 199. I felt like I achieved the same look with the same shape, just a lot more tighter than I did a couple of months ago when I was in Florida at that national show. Heavier for this show wouldn't have done amount of good for me because the other two guys were exceptionally lean.
Okay.
So with me, I'm naturally a bigger guy since I'm 5'8", and most people are about my height or taller. So I always try to have a good balance between size and leanness.
Okay. All right. Now, what was because I don't even know, but I saw you at the gym once. What was your routine going into the show? How was your training routine?
I want to say about 6 weeks out, I started easing into more reps and backing off the heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
I traditionally like lifting heavier weight. That's how I got my muscle thickness. But over the past couple of shows, I've been chasing that ultimate conditioning and get those lines in deeper and get them in areas that I don't have them in.
Mm-hmm.
So I just been more so focusing on reps and more slow, negative, and pause sets and things like that.
Okay. So you did what everybody does after a show. You talked to the judges. What did the judges say?
So today I actually had the chance to, send in a front shot and a back shot to get feedback. So I'm still waiting to hear back from them.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to a couple of people who have judged shows in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And, pretty much everybody's giving me the same feedback. I have to bring up my calves and I have to work on my hamstrings.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from the top up is exceptional. The quads is straight. It's just really glutes, calves, and hams that I really need to work on to match the rest of my physique.
Okay. So your quads, your hams, your calves, basically your whole leg development needs to come up. But from the waist up, from what I saw, you had it from the waist up.
Yeah, more so just I need more detail. Me, far as size goes, I'm not worried about size. Out of most of the shows I did, I look just as big as the heavyweights on the regional side.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just more so getting that detail and more lines put into the lower half that I have in the top half.
Okay. So now that you've done this show, because you've been training for a long time for this show.
Yep.
Now that you've done this training and you got on that stage, you seen who you was competing with up against. Did you judge? Did you judge to see what you need to change to beat them?
To be honest, yes and no. Being that I went to the regional show at the end, top two that place at any national show gets their pro card.
Mm-hmm.
I placed top two at my last regional show. This one I took third. So it's not necessarily keeping an eye out on them and looking for what I need to do to beat them, because ultimately I need to go to a national show.
Mm-hmm.
And respectfully, I want to win my division, win overall in a perfect world. But I'm more so keeping my eye on the guys who placed high and that does well at the national shows, because that's where I'm trying to go and maintain a position at, so I can get that pro card.
So you're going to change your workout routines then. You're going to change it to adapt to what you want.
Correct. So instead of doing a 5 to 6 day split, I'm going down to 4 days a week, training legs more frequently, especially my hamstrings and calves. I'm gonna hit those about 3 times a week.
Okay.
And incorporating about 3 rest days and rotating it in and out. So giving my upper body a little bit more time off while focusing on my lower half.
Okay. Because that's from what I've heard doing my training, doing my prep, my year-long prep, and I already knew it. You win your shows from the legs to the back.
Correct.
It's not so much as the front, because
Right.
that's the easiest part to put together.
Exactly.
To make show ready. It's your chest, your arms, that's nothing. But it's your back. You win more shows from your back development and your leg development than anything else.
Right.
So your back is fine. Of course, you're gonna fine tune it, but it's fine. But you're right. That leg work got to be done.
Mm-hmm.
That leg work got to be done. You got to go heavy. You got to go heavier and build that mass up. And then once you get that mass right, then you develop it. Then you making it want to pop out.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I feel like I might be pushing it a little too heavy on my leg workouts and not necessarily going light enough to where I'm getting like that focus and that squeeze. Because A regular leg day for me is anywhere from 400 to 500 pounds for like 5 sets of 10, like without a problem. Pause squats, doing stuff like that. So I really feel like I need to focus on like that 12 to 15 rep range and really just slow my reps down.
And see, you being still, you're still young.
Yeah.
Damn it, you're still young, and with you still being young, you have the ability still to pack on more muscle, more size, and all of that.
Yeah.
And with that, that's your advantage. That's your advantage going into shows now. Yeah. Is that you can still get bigger, you can get stronger, you can get more defined, and blow these kids out the water.
And that's what I was thinking. Since it's been about 1.5 years since I did my first show. My first show was October 2021. So ever since I did my first show, I kind of had like that bug to where I couldn't stay off of stage. So the gaps in between from show to show might be anywhere from like 4 to 8 months to where it's not necessarily a long enough time for me to grow that actual size, maintain it, develop it before I prep for another show. So that's why I'm thinking take the rest of the year off to get that size, to really work and fine tune on those things before I step back on stage.
True. And not to take anything away from anything, but you're doing the IFBB NPC.
Yeah.
I want to say it. Well, shit, I'm gonna say it because I ain't gonna be saying this. Have you thought about a natural show, a natural show?
I looked at the Ben Weeder one. I looked into that. I really didn't know anything about it until actually like recently, maybe a couple months ago. I didn't know that was a thing. I knew of him, but I didn't know he had a show until I seen another competitor.
See, because you could do like O or like me. And well, I didn't get it. Oh, Ollie did it.
With the OCB or
and become a natural pro that way.
Yeah. So I was looking at different organizations and federations to compete in. I don't know,
and you might kill it. You just might kill that.
And that's the thing too. I heard a couple other guys that. Well, I met a couple other guys last week that competed in the OCB shows. They enjoyed it. They killed it. They said they won overall, but they said they felt like the competition was a little bit more stiffer with the NPC. So
yeah, because see, with the NPC, you're not exactly sure what you're gonna get.
Yeah, you never really know, especially when we got a show like Dave's show when you have 11 to 9 people per weight class for the division. So that's a lot of volume, so you get a lot of different looks. So it's kind of like, all right, it might be a hit or miss, or you might have like a good 3.
Knowing Dave, like I said, Dave puts on good shows. Dave never puts on a lousy show.
Nope.
So I know he did an amazing job with all the contestants because he puts up a video of him going down the hallway, taking pictures of all the all the competitors.
Man, the check-in line was so long, it went up like all 3 flights of the stairs of the hotel.
Get out.
Yeah, it went from like basically the front door up the 3 flights of the stairwell until they had got things moving and going.
They was up in the pool.
Pretty much.
They was up in the pool.
Pretty much.
They like, oh, y'all up in the pool? Yeah, they up in the pool.
They had to do a VIP section, I'll tell you.
Man, that's a Dave Lieberman show. That's a Dave Lieberman show. So you're going to take the rest of the year off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I weighed in at 190, 192. I literally rehydrated. I was so dehydrated. I really didn't have an appetite to eat. I want to say within about 48 hours on that Monday when I stepped back on the scale, because I want to be really mindful of my weight moving forward, I was 207. So that was like 15 pounds or so.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was 192 with my clothes on. I didn't even have to like take my clothes off the weigh-in.
So you didn't drink no water at all?
I want to say I started my water cut almost 2.5 days out.
What the?
So I went like a liter of water on Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, it was just straight depletion to really get that that dry look.
And okay, like I said, I'm not quite on your level yet, but when I did my water depletion, I had Teresa helping me, and she told me flat out, the day of your show, you don't drink shit.
Yeah, you don't. That day, you don't.
And I told her I'm not. She's like, the day before, you wean off of it, and then you just stop the day of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, I cheated a bit. I had an ice cube.
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable.
I've never felt so guilty in all my life. I'm like, I'm stuck on this ice cube.
Because you so thirsty, your mouth is like getting stuck shut, you know?
I'm like, oh my God, I done cheated. I had an ice cube.
Mm-hmm.
I told her, I was like, I'm sorry, I had to tell you something. She's like, what? I had an ice cube this morning.
Yeah.
She's like, and I'm like, I was waiting for them to chew my ass out.
Yeah.
I was waiting for them to I'm like, you stupid, why you eat that?
My first show, after I made weigh-ins, I messed up. I overhydrated. I was like, so thirsty. I wasn't used to it. Mm-hmm. I had like 3 Gatorades and maybe a liter of water the day before the show.
I sucked down a gallon of Gatorade after I got off stage.
Oh yeah,
I just took it and stuck a hole in it. It was like,
yeah, because you're so dehydrated. That stuff ain't no joke.
It was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I ain't drunk nothing. I didn't even open the bottle. I stabbed it with a pen and had it on a hole and I was.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, you silly. I'm like, shoot, I'm thirsty.
Exactly.
Now, and we talked about this before we got on air, but we got to talk about your food situation.
Oh man, the food tab. I'm a big eater, and that's why I feel like I need to move.
$500?
Easy. And
I'm bigger than you, and I don't need $500 for food.
I don't know where it be going.
I'm $225.
I'm a big eater, but you know what? Too, it comes from.
You like that expensive food.
See, I've been doing some homework, so I've been looking up some old school methods. To me, that makes sense more than some of this information that's new or recycled. And one of the guys I came across was Mike Mentzer, and how he was talking about the steak and eggs diet and how he got it from where he got it from and how it developed into what it developed to today. And I was just doing 93.7 ground beef and egg whites, prepping for the show. Then about 2 weeks out, I switched over to fish.
When I can't do fish at all. But when I was doing my prep, I spent at the most $150 on food, and mine was basically chicken breast.
Okay.
Lean 90% ground beef.
Okay.
And then it was the vegetables. I got jasmine rice. I had a friend of mine that turned me on to jasmine rice. I didn't know nothing about it.
Jasmine rice is good too.
Oh my God, no, you ain't got to put nothing on it.
You don't.
And I was good with that.
Nope.
And I had sweet potato, and I rolled with that.
Yeah.
And it did me. Cleveland did me wonders.
No, my maintenance calories right now, they're about 20.
You eating bison. You ain't slick.
I wish. I had lamb a couple times.
That's that manly meat you eating. I'm eating bison. Oh, so that's why you so swollen on the top. Yeah, I'm eating bison. Okay, okay, bull.
Every time I go to Sam's Club for the week, I was doing about 15 pounds of ground beef. I get 6 gallons of water that come in a big case, and I would do about 3 bags of sweet potatoes. Then they got these seasonings and stuff there too that I grab.
You was big on that seasoning because you be putting the videos up about the seasoning.
I just went to Walmart and they got different like wing sauces and stuff in it, man.
The last year you was like, oh my God, you froze. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I swear by them. And all of them are good. I swear by them.
All them seasons?
Yes, and I use all of them.
Is that natural seasoning stuff?
I don't know. I just know it's low in sodium, and it tastes good, and the labels look amazing. They're simple. And
they even judging the labels.
They got different colors on it.
Look at the labels. The labels are fantastic.
It looked like a Crayola box. And we're talking about Kinder seasoning, so if you haven't had them, go check them out.
You go over his house, open his seasoning, go be like, oh.
That's all you're gonna see in my cabinets. I love going to the grocery store. I just bought some glass like meal food storage containers or meal prep containers, whatever you want to call them.
You know who he remind me of? He remind me of Devon. Because Devon took a video of him sitting at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
It was the funniest damn video you ever seen in your life.
He be crying.
That boy's eyes was wide as fuck. He was like, Chick-fil-A. I'm like, what the hell? He held the chicken up. He's like, oh my God. I'm like, damn, dog. Like he's never had Chick-fil-A before.
You know what? I feel like Chick-fil-A is good, but what makes it even better is the experience. Like everybody's super nice and polite.
At Chick-fil-A?
Yeah,
unless it's Sunday.
Well, yeah, they close. And people still try to go to Chick-fil-A on Sundays, knowing that they close.
Right.
That's how good the service is. It's like, if you can apply that to life, like the world would be a better place.
But you keep saying that.
So, like, my maintenance calories is 2,800 right now, just to maintain my weight. And I'm 207.
And you living by the numbers.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, I want to say, what?
I just say if it's on a plate, if it's on a plate, it can get 8. But go ahead.
I just went through, I cooked the big thing of rice. I did 3 dry cup measures of rice. That was gone in like a day or 2.
Okay.
So I don't know. That's a lot of rice. I got that old school cast iron
skillet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like about 8 inches high. That was gone in a day or a day and a half because I had to cook some more rice like the following day to kind of finish my meal prep. And then what? Them big old trays of chicken breasts.
Really?
I finished that in 2 days, so it's like and I'll still be hungry, so I'm trying not to overeat right now. But I've been trying to find like different little things to snack on to kind of help me not do all of that craziness.
I'm
Do you do seafoods or fish?
I love food. I'm a foodie.
Okay.
I'm a foodie. My favorite fish is salmon. I like red snapper. And steelhead trout. Yeah.
Not only are you an accomplished bodybuilder on stage, you also a member of a training group.
Yeah. I don't think people really know that about me.
That's what I'm leading to, so you can talk about your training group, because they supposed to be coming down, but something happened.
Yeah, I don't think people know that. So, so kind of taking it back to the bodybuilding thing, you see a lot of athletes, they have coaches, right? And there's a lot of well-known coaches in the area. I don't know. I don't know from my knowledge that I'm going to take it there. I'm going to leave it alone. There's just a lot of well-known coaches in the area. And there are a lot of up-and-coming talent. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
But, I have a great circle of fitness professionals around me. On top of that, I actually go to school for this.
Brag.
I'm gonna flex it. I'm gonna flex my muscle a little bit. I actually go to school for this. Like, my bachelor's degree is physical activity, sports performance with a coaching minor. So working on the psychology, the mental aspect of being a coach, the mental aspect of being an athlete, kinesiology, anatomy, nutrition, sports nutrition.
He's going to Morehouse.
You know what I'm saying? I have I have 3 different certifications with the online sports organization. Like, I really love what I do and I do what I love. So it was a lot of people at the show. I don't want to say a lot of people. I'm not even going to gas it up. But it was a couple of people just, making remarks and comments. And I didn't take it personal. But...
Well, you always going to have them people that hate to train. You a trainer? I train. Yeah, shut up.
And you know what? But just because you look good and just because you work out don't make you a good trainer. And every trainer can't be a bodybuilding coach, because that's 2 different worlds. That's 2 different worlds.
Okay, preach that then.
Because losing weight is one thing, but losing weight to make it aesthetically pleasing to where many people, especially judges, can feel like you look the best subjectively. That's a whole nother type of knowledge, you know? And that really takes hours to study. Like, the best methods to get you from point A to point B, and you might have some hiccups along the way. And I feel, and I mean this respectfully, I feel
He keep trying not to say that to get him in no trouble. Can
Exactly.
You just say what you gonna say.
Exactly. I don't want to step on no toes because people say you got to play nice and play fair. So it's like
No, sometimes you got to step on toes to get to the next level.
I just, for people to have coaches and for me not to have a coach, and it might be hindering me because there's a lot of people that have been in my ear saying, "Hey, you need to hire you a coach. That'll get you a lot further."
But then again, you're well educated in the sport. That's like saying Arnold Schwarzenegger needs a coach,
right? And
Ronnie Coleman needs a coach.
I'm pretty sure he got a coach eventually somewhere. I don't know where, but I know
he had an advisor.
Yeah, I know he worked out with other people and stuff like that, but I'm placing higher than people that have coaches, or I'm beating out athletes that have well-known coaches in the area. So for me, and this is just my perspective on it, I need to find a coach that has athletes to where it's like, man, I look up to him. I want that physique. Or I really understand the information that you're bringing to the table. But I haven't ran into nobody that felt like challenged me. And it's not because I feel like I'm a know-it-all, but it's more so because I want to learn everything. And the difference between I want to learn it all versus I know it all, one person stops and another person keeps going. So I want that to be in my coach to where it's like they know more than me so I can continue to learn and develop myself. So if I'm beating out these athletes or placing high as they are, or it's a hit or miss with these coaches athletes, it's like, can I really trust them? Especially if I'm going to be spending my hard-earned money with you.
There you go. There's one. You know, I keep him on stack. I keep him on lock.
Oh, yeah, I'm not following him. I'm messing with him.
That's the one.
Right.
If you want your back right, he beat Vincent.
He did.
He became a pro over Vincent.
He did. And you know what? They have like the same character and personality traits. And
who?
I feel like they do. Only known for so much.
D and Vincent?
I feel like they're the same person.
Know him. In.
You know him more than me though.
Yeah, Vincent's closed in.
Okay.
He is more deadline serious.
Okay.
Vincent will kick around and do this, that, and the third. He stands straight on track.
On the straight and narrow.
That's the one you want to take with you.
Okay.
That's the one that's going to... He going to tell you what it is. He kind of like what coached me on my way to mine.
Okay.
And I told him, I was like, dog, I told him the same thing you do. I was like, dog, you came on Dave Lieberman's stage.
Yeah.
And stood next to the man in the city of Cleveland.
Yeah.
In the whole 216. And I will give him his props. You came and beat the man.
Yeah.
Vincent Hicks. At that point in time, he was, dog,
yeah.
No. Vincent had everything at that point. He came out of nowhere, stripped down, got on stage, and when they said, do your back shot, everybody's mouth was right. I had never seen nobody with a back shot like that. Never. And I done seen Ronnie, Chris, Lee, all of them. Yeah. All the big names I done hung with.
Yeah.
I've never seen nobody turn around and do a back shot, and you're looking at his lower back.
Crazy. Because I remember, I want to say, I had seen him.
I was slurring words. I was like, I striations down his back.
Yeah.
And then, no homo, his glutes. When have you ever seen glutes that striated glutes?
That's some serious work. You put in some serious work and some serious time and like some real.
I love Vincent, but I was like, dog, get out the way, move, bro. I love you to death, but move, because he just stole everything. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You need to have the right people on your squad,
right,
to help you get to that next level.
Right. You gotta have the right people in your circle. You got to. That's what.
That's the only thing that you missing. You got everything else, dog. I'll tell you, you smart as fuck on this shit.
Yeah,
and that's coming from an old, almost to the grave motherfucker. You smart as fuck in the game. I give you that.
Yeah.
But you just missing that one little element.
And that's kind of like, I'm not gonna say I'm looking for it. I just want it to happen naturally.
What, the connection?
Yeah. I don't like forcing nothing because granted. I'm gonna take accountability. But the 2 times I did call myself seeking out for help and guidance when prepping for a show, I placed the lowest. I only did 4 shows.
You had to find the right one.
Yep. And out of the 4 shows, the 2 shows where I had some outside help from other people, I felt like would be a good addition to my training. I didn't do well. At the end of the day, I have to take responsibility on some things. But then, on the other side of the coin, I know my body, so we might have agreed on some things and didn't agree in other areas, and stuff just didn't work out. But I know when I was just locked in and focused on just doing me, that's when I placed my highest.
Not to crack on King's Gym, because King's Gym is a great gym. But from experience, I know.
Yeah.
You walk in the old school iron over there.
Yeah.
And there's so many fucking competitors in that thing.
Oh, yeah. What's the guy? Mike Eli? He had like 17 people at the show last weekend. He always have like 20 people, 15, for sure 15 people plus. He almost have 20 people.
And Mike's a beast by his own damn right.
Yeah.
Mike is a freaking animal by himself. But he got a whole stable over there at old school.
He does.
And you run around into the right person over there, I bet.
Yeah.
That's just my fault. You probably run into the right one over there to give you a hand with that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about outside of that, Devon, I'd throw Devon at you. Devon, he can do it. I got a partner down in Dallas. Okay. He can do it. I was there. I watched him turn pro. He can do it, and he's Darrell is a whole other animal by himself. But Darrell, Devon, they all got D's in their name. What's his name with the Z? I mean, that's Z with the Y.
A name with a Y. That's different.
Yeah, and he's actually, I put him almost above Devon.
Oh, that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot.
There he is. My little play brother.
That's saying a lot.
My little play brother is no joke. He will get you to your pro card. He will take you he'll hand by hand carry you to the pro card. You're fine.
I feel like he just popped up across my page too.
That's the one you need to talk to. If you need any help or any advice in getting yourself back in shape, making yourself feel better, making yourself better than what you are today, please contact Mr. Jason Boykins. He can get you there. He can help get you there. Him and his crew up at King's Gym out in Bedford. So Bedford.
Yeah.
So Bedford.
Pretty much whatever you want to call it.
Okay. They're out there at King's Gym. So look him up on give him your hitter address.
Everything is at Jason Boykins Jr. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, email, all of it's all the same.
Now you know you got a C-Town shirt coming because you're on the squad.
Yes, sir.
So where's my invite only shirt?
Product development still, but
wow, it doesn't. It's in development.
Yeah, because I'm still trying to get the label centered.
Let me just fill you in on something real quick. I am Mr. Cleveland.
Yes, you are.
Okay. While it's in development.
Nah, I'll make sure you're the first one to get one.
Yeah, thank you. Sometimes you got to, remind people that, you're talking to a man that done knocked the stage out.
Lights out, yes, sir.
You was there.
I was.
Okay.
Definitely.
I'm just waiting for my invitation only shirt so I can rep your brand, and I am going to have your brand on our team C-Town page. That's in development right now.
Yes, sir.
We're going to have your team and a couple of other teams. We're going to have links for people to get to you for training and things of that nature. We're about to blow up.
Big community.
Where the blood, you can move up from $500 to at least maybe $800 for your groceries.
Oh, I can get the alkaline water then.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will talk with y'all next week.